very good at all of those skills that they taught in school. Like, my cursive is still excellent, and I can read an analog clock. I don't necessarily recommend being really good at the things that they teach.
I think so, yeah.
All right, we are back with another week of Tales from the Tavern. Hello, hello. Look at all of the subs that are coming in. I am floored right now. Holy moly. Wolfsblood coming in with a 5-tier sub bomb. Oh my gosh, Braids and Blades coming in with a resub. We had Katie Machin come in with a resub. Wolfsblood come in with a resub. I think Corin came in with a resub. And we had one other one. We had you know, that person who did the thing. We had Beard and Bride give a gift sub to Moon20. So that was a very nice way to start off the stream. So thank you guys all. I am here with a fantastic group of people here. So I'm going to give everybody the chance to go around and introduce themselves. And we're going to start with Daniel.
Hello. I am Daniel. Yeah, I'm a concept artist working in games and movies, and I do the Backwater Bastards podcast with Taylor, and I pretend to be a jellyfish in a fishbowl in a robot suit. And yeah,
I love it. I love it. That's super fun.
Yeah.
And Wolfsblood has a very important question. If you are at the Dead Toothbrush on Twitter, does that mean there's a live toothbrush somewhere?
I hope not.
We just needed to know because, you know, inquiring minds need to know.
I've done my best to make sure, but you know.
Oh, all right. Next, we're gonna go to Harper.
Hey everyone, I am Harper. I am a podcaster, streamer, and general tabletop role-playing game nerd. You can find me every week on ChatoticCreations, which is a show that I co-host, a podcast I co-host with my friend Darby, where we take weird character concepts for TTRPGs and make weirder characters with fully fleshed out backstories. I'm also a cast member of a couple of different TTRPG streams here on Twitch, including The Lonely Throne on the Noir Enigmas channel, where I play a UNT Pureblood Warlock, and System Crash, which is going to be coming back next Sunday, on the Critical Misses channel, where we play a different TTRPG one-shot every single week.
That's very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Next, we're going to go over to Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob from SageTowerGames, and I run a YouTube channel primarily focused on Pathfinder 2nd Edition content. Currently streaming 2 different campaigns on YouTube and Twitch, as well as starting up a City of Mist campaign as well. So just trying to run as many games as I can fit into my schedule.
I've done that before. It's a lot of fun and very chaotic, but mostly fun.
That's true.
I'll have to pick your brain sometime. I just got a copy of the 2nd edition Pathfinder Player's Handbook, so that's one I'm looking to learn a little more about, so I'm excited. And next we're going to go over to Marcus.
Hi, yes, I am Marcus. I am Spicy Curry Bread most places. Spicy Curry Breath here, it was taken. And I'm also a cast member of a few TTRPG shows here on Twitch. The main one, my home channel, is Vanish X Zone. We are playing mostly 5e there. We have 3 separate campaigns running in the same world. So yeah, those are interacting and causing problems for each other. And then I'm also on DM the Mark Knight's channel, DM_the Mark Knight.
Awesome.
We just beat our first. Yeah, he's wonderful. We just beat our first big evil. I don't know if they're big bad, but they're big and evil. And we just beat him like three rounds in. We stomped him pretty well. And I'm also currently running a VTM game over on Action_Fiction, of which the Noir Enigma is actually a cast member. Noir is playing a Toreador, a Toreador club owner,
Oh, very cool.
who's a great character, great player. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm gonna have to pick your brain on some of those too. So I'm excited. I have questions. And we have Taylor with us. Sort of.
A graphic designer, and I'm on Backwater Bastards with Dan. I play a bear who is an explosives expert. We homebrew, so it's real weird and doesn't always fit into a logical box. But I'm also streaming from Iceland, so please forgive my latency if it gets crispy. We're having a storm. But I'm here in spirit, nonetheless.
And we are very, very glad that you are, and we will pray that your internet holds out. Well, thank you guys all so much for coming on to hang out. I got the privilege of playing in the Backwater Bastards charity series about a little over a month ago, which was a ton of fun. Their world is exactly as crazy as it sounds. I was a pizza person.
You did amazing, though.
Yeah, I was a pizza person. It was pretty great.
That was my favorite set to watch. That was hilarious.
I was really upset that we didn't get to play against you because I was laughing so much watching your pizza mafia. I was like,
yes, we were and not like pizza people, like pizza delivery people. We were like Pizza the Hut like type people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
She put on a marinara lipstick at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was super tight.
It was so good. And you all role played your characters so well.
It was
so
fun.
funny.
They're a great group that whole stream was a ton of fun, and it was a great cause, so I'm glad I got to participate in that. Yes, the linguinis, Nicholas, like the linguinis. So
awesome.
I promised you all before we started that I was going to throw out a question. Chat, for those of you joining us for the first time, if you have questions for our group, that's what drives our conversation. So please feel free to drop them in chat. One of the mods will make sure that they make their way to me. And in the meantime, my question for all of you is, what is your TTRPG goal for 2021?
Heavy stuff.
I know, it's big. It's a big question.
Yeah. Let's just drop it right there.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it out there.
I have a few systems. Oh, sure, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have a few systems that I haven't been able to play that I'm really dying to, namely Star Wars and Star Trek. I haven't been able to play either. I'm a huge fan of both properties, and I'd like to do that.
That's awesome.
Beyond that, I'd also like to GM more, because I haven't done it very much. But I'd like to get better.
Any particular of the Star Wars? I don't know anything about the Star Trek game, but I know there are several of like the Star Wars games. Is there any one in particular? Or?
I have the rules for the D6 and the D20 systems. I don't own Fantasy Flight, but I hear that's pretty fun as well. Personally, I would like to try D6.
Nice.
I have actually very similar goals. I have been out of the GM chair for a few years now, and I'd like to step back into it. So actually one of my big goals is that I want to start streaming my own campaign. I've already got a group of my friends who are wild enough to sign up for it, so that's going to be happening in the next few months, hopefully. And I also want to branch out the systems that I'm using. I was introduced to a lot of new systems this past year, and I'm looking forward to expanding that.
Same, I feel that.
I would say for myself, I have two different goals. One would be to eventually kind of do some more collab work. Next year, it's mostly been like me and friends or even just random people I find on Discord, but kind of do more work with other content creators. And on the system thing, one system I'm interested in probably be the Savage World system. I've seen a lot of talk about it, and I know Paizo's making a Pathfinder like Savage World mix.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So I've always seen things about that system, but I haven't tried it yet.
It's great fun. I've played it before. Highly recommend.
And I feel like Tay and I were just talking about this as well, like just before the stream a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. We're like, what do we want to do this year?
Because it's January, man. Like,
know,
we gotta like clean up our act and figure out what we're doing.
Fill out a whole calendar with cool stuff.
I mean, like, that's one thing. I feel like I need to steal from Marcus and Rob because I would also like to play this Star Trek game and maybe also the Star Trek game or Star Wars game. I like space a lot.
We'll throw in some Starfinder while we're at it.
I would actually. That was originally what I was gonna say. I feel like people know this about us by now, but surprise, it's more of what you expected. I would like to go to space more. And like Rob, I would love to collaborate more because I'm sick of Dan. Just kidding. No, but like we played with more people this year than we ever have before. Backwater Bastards is like 3 years old now or something.
Oh wow.
And this past year, we did the charity tournament with like 19 people, and it was so cool.
Yeah, shout out to
play with
Nicola
other
for organizing
people.
that.
Yeah, Nicola and Seth
Seth.
from Cheaper by the Dungeon DM'd the whole thing, which was kind of a little wild that a human did that, but maybe he's not a human. We don't know. We haven't asked him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to play Starfinder for the first time. I'm gonna steal Marcus's games. And I also need to steal again from Rob because I was originally gonna say that I've never played Pathfinder. And I want to try it because it sounds so great. So that's me.
I would definitely recommend 2E over 1E.
I'm gonna write that on my notepad.
There you go. I actually keep a notebook at my desk for when I do this stream because inevitably I get ideas for what I want to do next.
I'm gonna write under it that Rob said this, so if I hate it, like... Just kidding, that's aggressive. It's January. I feel like that.
You can't be that aggressive in January. It's not.
I gotta cool it.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what? I think you can wake up every morning and choose violence.
I love that. I'm gonna steal that too.
She's writing that down in her notebook next.
Well, I like that. That's gonna be my mantra for the whole year.
Oh my god.
brilliant.
I take zero responsibility.
Too late. It's already taking control.
Oh my gosh. I've been playing.
Ian, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna just gonna copy Marcus and Harper and do the just the DMing thing. I DM'd my first game last week, and it was it went all right. I think it was fun. Turns out my girlfriend wants to play like a football hooligan named Steve. So you know.
You gotta find out who you really are, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you can be anything. What do you want to be? I'm the football hooligan called Steve. Okay, cool.
All right.
I headbutt things, and I was like, cool, that's brilliant. So, yeah, I think I'd like to try that out. And yeah, just more collaborations.
That's mine, too.
Yeah.
Yes, everything that you guys said, that's mine. Actually, no, one of my big goals this year is I want to try writing my first... I want to write a one-shot, actually using Savage Worlds. I've never done that before, so I am excited. It's going to be based on the Oregon Trail.
Yes!
Like the
I'm an
game, not the
Oregon
actual
native.
Oregon Trail, but...
I love that.
Well, I was so excited because I am an Oregon native.
Oh, nice.
But I'm a little less excited now.
Okay, that's all right.
I will say that video game is accurate enough that I was not introduced to the Oregon Trail video game until I was in college.
Oh my
But I had
gosh.
learned so much about the actual Oregon Trail in elementary school that I've never lost Oregon Trail. I've always arrived. So if you're basing it on the video game, it's not going to be historically inaccurate.
Yeah. But
Oregon Trail is like a generational building block.
yeah.
I died of dysentery many times
It's true.
before my 16th birthday. So
I mean, there is a reason that they call that like gap generation between like 79 and 86 the Oregon Trail generation.
that's all y'all had.
Yeah, it's true. I was there.
Carmen Sandiego came on the tail of that, though.
It's true. Yep. I played
mean-
a lot of that as a kid.
Also good.
I may or may not have cosplayed Carmen Sandiego a couple of times too.
Oh, well, I'm gonna need to see that.
Yeah.
I stan a good Carmen cosplay. Like,
I didn't say it was good. I
hard.
just said I did.
hey. As a sometimes cosplayer myself, it's not about if it's good because, sometimes it's something else.
It's true. Sometimes it is something else. That's for sure.
I say as I think of most of the things I've been.
Oh gosh. I'm looking at chat. Neckla's like, I don't know I've ever successfully arrived in Oregon Trail.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
You've played it, Dan?
Oh yeah, I've played it. That's like what computer science class was for, right? Was just playing that game.
Computer science.
And learning how to type.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Important things.
My class had this. It was like Mario teaches typing.
Oh.
It was like a Mario game where like you had to type, and it like made him like jump and hit the blocks and stuff. It was the only time I've ever seen that kind of game. I was like, this is amazing. I was a kid. I was like, it's like a video game in school.
That's Rob did better than all of us.
Yeah.
See, I'm picturing how young I am, but my computer classes were like, here's the introduction to like video editing and like things like that, because I didn't start computer classes till I was in middle school, which was in the thousands,
Yeah,
like
same,
the late
same.
2000s. So yeah,
Okay, not same.
yeah. I may be mistaken, but I think I'm the baby here.
I was excited. I was like, "Oh, me too. It's fine."
Yeah, no, the late 2000s.
Get
I
back
would
here, Tay, you're in our
hazard
club.
into the early 2010s. I was in middle school,
Okay.
and so we learned like that kind of thing in computer class.
Okay, dang, I'm not in that class.
I was out of high school for like 10 years at that point.
Oh my god, it must have been way cooler to go to
I am
school
small. I am young.
It's all good.
Means I have energy, right? That's
then.
what
What is
supposed to mean.
that?
Jeez.
I don't know what she's talking about, guys.
This is energy. Prue says,
Mysterious
baby Harper.
Is that what happens when you do coffee or what?
No, I don't do coffee.
Me neither, and I feel like I should have. Like, I feel like there was a point where I was supposed to learn to like it so that I could live,
Nah.
and I didn't. I missed the train, and now I'm tired forever. And are other people just not tired?
I learned to like it too much, and now I can't drink it, or else my hands do this.
Ah, okay.
Time traveling hands.
You just have to learn how to wean yourself off it.
I gotta learn how to like coffee, I think. I don't know. I need that push.
I recommend starting with so much milk that it's basically not even the color of coffee anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like milk either.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
I like
Sugar?
milkshake, though. Milkshake?
There you go. Sugar. There's sugar in milk is what you need to add to
Okay,
your
I can
coffee.
I
So-
can do that. But like, sometimes people ask you to get a coffee as like a networking thing. Do you ever just get a black coffee because you're like, I don't know how to order it, and then drink it and feel real bad?
I order the black coffee because I like black coffee.
Non-coffee people know what I'm talking about.
True. All right. Well, we've got a couple of questions that have come in from chat. So I'm going to start off. Nekala wants to know what moment in a TTRPG you played has left a big impact or lasting memory on you.
I don't think I've ever been serious enough in our games. When we play it, it's just so silly and all the time. I'm going to have to struggle to think about that. Tay, whatever you say, I might just cling on to.
But like, it could still be like, I mean, there have been moments where we've played where I definitely felt like emotively moved a little bit. Like when we finished our first campaign that was like 2 years. And when we were done with
That
it,
was relief, though. Yeah, that was like...
And none of us died.
No, we survived.
I think it's the aftermath for me. Like, I loved that character, so like I think of her, and I think it's not necessarily a specific act unless we're counting that moment where she stole her parrot back from the gambler. That was a cool moment. But
Bringing up some feels for me. I think maybe
just the existence of having been that character is kind of like a little weapon that you carry with yourself. That's like when you feel kind of not great or like not very cool, and you remember like, I am Hakes Massad.
You have a dog named after your character.
Yeah, and it's like nobody.
Yeah.
All these people.
Oh, gotten out a bit.
I think that's the thing for me. The internal library of all these characters that lives in me forever.
I think that the one that most recently impacted me was actually on an episode of Lonely Throne where I'm playing a warlock who is always very in control of her emotions. And on the most recent episode, she discovered something about not really her backstory, but her mother's backstory that called her entire worldview into question, essentially. And I remember, like, I'm still mad at my DM for that. Like, I still, like, whenever we chat, I'm always just like, you know what you did. You know why I'm still mad at you. Because in his words, quote, if you can do some Romeo and Juliet bullshit, do some Romeo and Juliet bullshit. And I'm like, how dare you? How dare you mess with my character in that way? But also, like, I like honed the knife in Urge and handed it to him for him to stab me with. So I can't be like that mad at him. But like that emotionally rocked me to the point that I was like very flustered for the rest of the session.
Oh, that sounds cool. We gotta try serious games, Dan.
I think we derail it. I think we would.
Somebody teach us.
Yeah.
I would say it's not really an emotional impact one, but a memorable one. As a DM in one of my last Starfinder campaigns, the players got to like the big bad, the final one for the campaign, and he's like, I cast polymorph on the boss, and I'm like, that moment of like dread as DM when you're like, does my boss have any resistance to this spell? Nope. And then like it fails, and like it starts to like, it works differently in Starfinder, so like it takes a few turns to actually transform. But like it pretty much like starts to turn into like a half walrus looking boss, and it just totally like destroys all my strategies and everything. I'm just like, well, there goes my big bad for the game. He's just a wall that like lost like half his stats now. So that's, I won't forget that one, definitely.
Mine is actually from the Starfinder game as well. One that I played with my first table group, which was just my friends from middle school and high school. In the moment, it was pretty serious, pretty grave, and recontextualized now, it's more so, just having not played with them for a while. But the gist of it was that we had come toward the end of our campaign. We had opened essentially the gates to hell. We opened the force field that was protecting Galarian. I think I forget what the settings main planet is. But we let hell in essentially. And as we are making our way to the capital planet to do what we can about that, we get shot down in a spaceship, mind you. So not from like airplane height, from out of space. And our last session ended on us crash landing into a ravine, hitting planet side, and then falling into a ravine. And then we never played again. We never revisited that. We played different systems, but we never revisited. So that's where that campaign ended.
Just waiting in a ravine for you?
Or splattered. Well, one person is definitely alive. Our Technomancer teleported himself out. That in and out of character pissed me off so much. Like that player. One of my best friends. I love him to this day. But my character definitely wants to deck his. But yeah, that moment being as serious as it was and being the last time we saw those characters is one of my heaviest TTRPG moments.
Anybody else got any?
I gotta play Starfinder now.
It's dope, yeah.
Like, both of those... Oh. I gotta.
I've never played it, but everybody that I've talked to has enjoyed it, so I'm like, I guess I should try it someday.
Oh, man.
I mean, I've only ever done homebrew, so it's no matter the rule set, it's I've never done like a pre-made adventure or anything. So, and also our DM Dick Dynamite, he's the only one who's like mined I've been in. So you know, like, so, yeah.
This is a super quick question, so I'm going to throw it out there. Oh, you got it already. So wine.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
No, it's
Wine.
all good.
Yeah.
All right.
This is red wine.
Red wine. Very nice. Okay, so let's see. Proopy Pants. Hi, Prue. Would like to know, just because it's been the holiday season, do you celebrate festivals and holidays and birthdays in your TTRPG? I love putting characters' birthdays in. It feels cute and special.
Whenever I GM, I do like to include holidays, like what days are of significance because especially like it helps just fill out your world.
Yeah.
Like what days are important to the people who live in this country versus that country, and how do they celebrate? That's always really interesting. I've never thought about including birthdays, and now I'm going to, because that's an awesome idea. Like, that is so cool. Like, in a home campaign that I play, one of my friends and I play twin sisters, and I don't think we've literally ever talked about like when's our birthday, but that could be such a cool little moment, and now I want to do that.
I love it.
Mm.
I love birthdays so much, you guys.
Yes.
It's like I'm looking at Dan out of the corner of my eye, like he's looking like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, 'cause we do birthdays. So
We
our DM
do.
did a
We
had
do
a birthday
birthdays
recently.
so hard.
Yeah.
That's
So we,
why Benjamin's was born.
Exactly, yeah, Luna. The Benjamins exist because
Because it was Charity's birthday. It was a
Obviously.
charity stream, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
But
Yeah.
in a previous episode, we had visited this place called Benjamin's that Seth, the DM from Cheaper by the Dungeon, he'd come over and DM'd us so that our DM Dick Dynamite could experience
Play.
being a player and play with us. And Seth took us on an amazing ride. It was like 3 episodes in the end, and Benjamin's was wicked. And then from that, Nicola was like, "Y'all need to do a charity thing there." And then then everyone showed up to Benjamin's, had a great time. And then previous to that, we had done a 4-part adventure for Taylor, which was Hakes Day, which was I mean, it wasn't like completely birthday related, but it was like focused because of birthday timing in the real world and stuff. So it was yeah.
I guess the thing that we mess up about this though is that it isn't the character's birthday. It's like
No, it's
really
our birthday. It's like
'cause we love birthdays.
Yeah.
Like my birthday is in a couple of days, and I've been doing the 12 days of Tamus. Because like once January hits, I'm like, the whole month is mine. So like if anybody wants to come throw us a birthday, like doesn't even matter what time of year it is, we're here for it.
Yeah.
If it's your birthday, come on by.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Nekla just happened to let us know that Dan also just had a birthday, so
He did.
Yes. Yes, I just had my birthday. We didn't do anything special though, but it's a difficult time of year to do it.
This year's
Yeah.
rough. It's not too late. Okay.
No. But yeah.
no, you should start now so you can celebrate all year.
Yeah, basically.
That's
Kind of like
Yeah.
my religion.
Yeah, we don't have anything like Life Day. You know how Star Wars has Life Day to replace Christmas? We don't have anything like that in our worlds where it's like.
We're about to now, I guess.
But maybe we should have a little
now
Life
that you've
Day.
said that.
Yeah.
We just celebrated Meadmas in our campaign, our Wednesday night campaign. Not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday prior.
And it's just an excuse to drink mead?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's a whole holiday around mead.
Yeah.
Well, Dan is
Brilliant.
on board.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I would say for me, not really. Most of my games are actually like published adventure games, and I feel like half the time like they start with some like important festival or date, and then they kind of like never reference it, and then they kind of like get wishy-washy with the time on how long things are supposed to take. And then my players, most of them probably don't even like think that too deep into their like what their character's birthday is. I think it would be cool, especially hearing the stuff from you guys, but yeah, it's definitely not a thing that I incorporate into my games, but I should.
Yeah, I've never celebrated a holiday in game either. I wish we had. I've seen a few games do it, and the opportunity for gift giving as like adventurers who tend to be like on the wealthy side, in game, of course. That's always fun, and I've been finding that I want to do that now.
I've listened to the Lawful Great Adventures podcast, and they've done 2 in-game birthday celebrations. And it was really kind of neat, like, how they worked it into their podcast. So I've never played through somebody's birthday, but it was kind of a nice way for them to have almost like a little bit, well, one was more relaxed, the other one not so much. It was like we're gonna go fight something big, and then oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday. So but it was kind of neat. They did a really neat job with it.
The one time, or one of the few times that I've seen it done is was in Rat Queens over on Hyper RPG.
Okay.
It was like an end of season kind of thing, Christmas equivalent in world, and they were all really like personalized, really thoughtful gifts from each of the players and characters to each other, and it just really afforded for some real like tender, meaningful interpersonal moments which is nice.
That's awesome. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna totally butcher this person's name, and I'm super sorry. The Adoran region.
The Aduran region.
The Aduran region. Okay. I was like, I'm totally gonna screw it up. The Aduran region would like to know, what's a franchise or world that you think would be interesting in a TTRPG concept? For example, I think that Ace Attorney would be an interesting TTRPG concept. Now that I think about it, that would be interesting to me. That's what they said. I have so many. Like, I could, like...
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some that aren't one already. Because some kind of niche ones are.
I keep thinking of stuff that I'm like, well, there's technically like a video game of that, or you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this out there to tack on. If not something that, what about a video game? If there's a video game that you think would translate well as a TTRPG system.
I think it's just because I've just finished my annual rewatch of Sense8, but I would love a TTRPG system based around Sense8 where the partners are all members of the same cluster and everyone rolls the character with a different skill set, but you can borrow skills from other players.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
I think that would be really cool, but that would also be, theoretically, you could have up to 8 player characters. Yeah. And that would be a lot to deal with as the GM. So, it could work, but something based around that idea of we're all mentally connected to each other, so we can go different places but still be present, so splitting the party doesn't actually mean splitting the party anymore.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun. I think it could also work as a video game.
Dan, are you just gonna say Legend or Willow?
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty good. But I just actually heard about how The Expanse apparently was written for TV, and then it didn't make it through, and so it went into the back burner, and the people who had made it it had been made for a video game, an MMO. And then it didn't become an MMO, and so then they started just using it in their personal games, and then played it as a tabletop RPG system for a while. And then now the TV show is kind of loosely based on these characters from the table when they played The Expanse. So that sci-fi TV show, The Expanse, yeah. Apparently that's how it started. I don't know. I mean, that's what I heard. So. But I can't think of anything. Yeah.
Nicola just said in the chat that somebody told her they were writing a Stargate TTRPG.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And I would play the crap out of that.
Yeah.
If I could be Teal'c.
Oh, you can be Teal'c. I want to be the gadget guy with the glasses. And he's always pushing his glasses up and then figuring out solutions. That was the guy.
My two favorite video game franchises already are TTRPGs, so that's a problem.
What are they?
Dragon Age and The Witcher.
Oh, I didn't know Dragon Age was.
Yeah, Dragon Age is a D6 system, and it's a really fun little system to pick up. It's hard to find, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the character's name was also Daniel, and I didn't want to say that because I thought that I'd made that up in my mind, and I thought that would be way too ego of me to be yeah, I will be Daniel. So, yeah.
I would say for video games, I wasn't Borderlands, but I think they announced that they are going to make an RPG. I'm curious to see how bananas that would be. Horizon Zero Dawn will also be a pretty cool system.
Agreed. That's one that I want them to make an MMO of so that I can make my own Nora Brave. I would kill for that. Oh, I loved that game, like aesthetically, and the story was so fun.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking about it in terms of like movies because I was thinking about TV shows, and you know, love would be just like a TTRPG system that had the same vibe as Studio Ghibli.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll bet
Like-
that's
Oh, yeah.
out there.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Someone has to have made that, and I want to play in that world because, like,
Can you imagine how good that would feel?
I want a playing a TTRPG to make me feel like watching a Studio Ghibli movie makes me feel.
I need that for my heart.
I thought I saw something like that actually.
There has to be something
Yeah.
almost like that.
I feel like either Wander Home or Monster Care Squad would hit that
I
spot.
I go to write those down.
I feel like Wilder also like a little similar, and that it's like there's like not even a combat system because it's all about like role playing and figuring things out as you go, and it's really cute. Which is I want more cute TTRPGs because I feel like I do play in a lot of really serious campaigns.
love
now that I'm
that.
thinking about it.
I just got
Jeez.
my hands on a copy of, what is it called? For the Power. It's the Shira TTRPG.
Oh, dope.
I haven't gotten to play it yet, but I have a copy of it now.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna say, now that I've stolen everybody else's, I'm gonna second everything that I've heard. However, I am gonna say that I think I would go with, if anybody ever played Quantic Dreams Detroit Become Human,
It's on my wish
I would
list.
love to play. I mean, in a way, you are kind of playing a TTRPG almost because the whole game is wireframe. So, like, as you play it, you see, like, what decision you made and what could have happened or what did happen or where the unfilled wireframe leads, so that you know I could play again and then try to explore this arc of the story that I now don't get to see. But that game, when you finish it, you have to take a survey where you talk about like how you feel about like the autonomy and the rights of like an AI. And after I finished that game, my mind was cracked so wide open that I just felt like I'd had like an out of body experience. And I think as a tabletop game, that could be like the interactions that you could create within a community would be so powerful. I would love to play that. That game blew my mind. I played it so many times and it was never the same.
It's really cool.
Quantic Dream, man. Making you think. And
I
cry
have
a
a
little
princess. I have a princess here.
Oh,
bit. Cat break.
Oh my goodness, she is the knight.
Oh,
who is that?
This is Princess.
That is Princess. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We adopted her and Prince at the start of lockdown, and yeah, their names came with them, Prince and Princess, and they have lived up to that. I actually sit in a, like during my working hours, I sit in a wooden stool because my office chair with the nice back support and everything. Well, no, she needs it. And so I sit on a wooden stool during the day, and she just looks at me like, yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's
But anyway, right now she has jumped up onto the desk and
Kind of wants to know why you're in her chair.
yeah, she's like, "What are you doing? Why are we not? You know, why aren't you giving me all the first and attention?"
It's a big mood.
I was telling everybody, chat, who doesn't regularly watch us, I was telling everybody before stream that all of us on our Wednesday night stream have cats. And so we keep joking that one of these days we're going to train all of our cats to come sit in our seats so that when we return from a break, it'll just be the cats on camera instead of us. But I don't know how well that's actually going to go over, but we like the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about sitting on catnip? Because you could always just coat the chair in catnip and get them to get up there.
It's true. It's true. Mine would probably get up there and promptly lay down on it. So
I like it.
Yeah.
More cats.
Yeah. Oh, she's really she
All right, let's
I mean, I can
see.
feel it.
yeah.
Amanda has an interesting question. She would like to know, what kinds of things do you look for in a new TTRPG system?
I'm again really boring with all these answers, but I just I've only ever done the homebrew stuff, so for me it's like you could tell me, you got to roll this dice or you got to use these stats, and uh, you just roll with it. Really, I never been like new system. We played Traveler before, and that was a lot of fun. But you can die in like character creation there, so like I guess easiness, it's something that's open because again, like our DM, the way he describes it best with like it's a collaborative storytelling experience. It's not like you're winning or you're losing. Like at no point when in any of our games do we really feel like. Well, maybe I'm speaking for you, but at least for myself, I don't feel like oh yeah, we've won this thing or something. So I guess just easy and not too railroady.
I think for me, it would be either one or two like key elements that really kind of like just catches my attention or just kind of like catch my eye. Like one example is the City of Mist system that I like saw back when they first made it, and it was just this like it's pretty much it's a powered by the apocalypse type system, but the whole just narrative storytelling compared to like traditional D20 like Pathfinder, like 5e, which is more like DM kind of runs the show, as opposed to where the DM kind of reacts to what the players do, and just the whole feel of just you could be anything you actually want to be in that game. Like you want to be an electrician who is the channel's Thor, sure, go ahead, or be whatever you want. Like that one or two like key elements that kind of like catches my eye.
I think for me, and it's kind of so on brand that it's sickening, the thing that I always look at first when I find a new TTRPG is the character generation. Because everything else, I'm like, the mechanics, the way that the game is run, like what kind of like all of that is secondary to me, and I can learn any of that. But for me, I'm like, can I make a character using this system that is going to excite me to play?
Yeah.
Am I like, how much freedom am I given? How much can I futz around with backstory? How much can I make this character as weird as I want or as archetypal as I want? Yeah. And like, how much variety is there? How much opportunity is there for good storytelling with the character? So like everything else I don't really care about. I really only care about, does the character generation, does the character creation excite me? If it does, I want to play that system.
I definitely vibe with that.
Yeah,
I think that's how I get sucked into video games. I'm always like, my husband is a game developer, so every time he pulls something up, I'm like, let me see the character creator first, and then I'll let you know. I don't care what the game's about. If I can be something really cool that I want to be, that I feel like I had a really great hand in creating, then I'm in. But yeah, we homebrew really hard because we love improvisation.
Yeah.
So I don't, on a scale from like what we do to like Warhammer, which I've also played, like I would like less rules than Warhammer.
Is it Dark Heresy where like you've got like one shot kills you or something like that?
I was
tried
playing
that once. It was
Age
so
of
difficult.
Sigmar so that I could have a tree people army. And and all I know is that like I was getting murdered. I had all my cute little guys up on the board, and I was like, I can't even like maintain. There were so many, like I had to have spell cards just so that I could like keep up to date, and you had to study everybody else's army just so that you could fight them. It was brutal. So I definitely, in like a tabletop type game, I want to be able to kind of storycraft and improvise and like gel with the other people really hard. And however, I have played a couple more real games this year, or last year, which was kind of new for me. I played Weissen, or I guess it's popularly being said Weissen, but when you speak Icelandic every day, you say the AE differently. So for me, it's Weissen, but it was like a free league game that takes place, I think, in Sweden, and it had like some stuff that really drew me in and made me believe that maybe I could branch out and play some like existing stuff. But I loved that, and I think that like if there are some unusual mechanics that can kind of draw me out, because I think for the most part we're kind of like, we've seen a lot of D20 based stuff, so anything else kind of interests me. But yeah, light on the rules for me.
Big time.
And some cool art doesn't like
yeah. Make sure it looks cool.
I think it's something that we talk about a lot on our podcast, is that we love flavor. Is so like if the TTRPG that we're looking at has opportunity for us to just sprinkle our own flavor over everything, then yeah, we're cool. Which I guess is a different way of saying improv.
Yeah,
But
I mean, same
I like
thing.
the wword flavor.
Yeah.
I definitely, yeah. I mean,
They're all
that's what
about
everybody
flavors.
wants. And I guess you could do that with anything. I mean, you can choose how hard you want to follow the rules, I guess, but not with Warhammer, by the way. I still like building the models. I'm not hating, but like, I struggled. I'm an improviser. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I like the games when I feel comfortable enough with the rules that I can start to bend them so that I can use them in a way that it's still technically the rules, but it's something a little more fun.
It's fancy.
Yeah, like I've had characters that have some people are familiar with a character that I used to play on another channel, who is a halfling rogue who figured out how to use the rules to her advantage to jump 5 feet up onto like a stage area, and then jump another like 5 feet up in the air and attack with a short sword, something that was flying that she couldn't otherwise hit. So it's when, like, once I started to figure that stuff out, like, she suddenly became the queen of parkour. So was like what she became known for doing, was jumping off of stuff to attack other stuff, jumping off a rampart to stab an ogre in the head, things like that.
Yeah.
That is the thing, though. Like, rules aren't bad. They just have to be, like, reasonable.
Flexible.
Like, yeah, and if you can... I mean, does anything feel better than, like, understanding a rule well enough to manipulate it in a cool and surprising way? No.
Yeah, that's fun.
I don't think I have that interesting of an answer. I just like games. I'll play anything that isn't built or like rooted in something like hateful or awful or anything. Yeah, I'll play anything. No preference.
I went down the Kickstarter rabbit hole this year. The pandemic, being at home a lot more, giving me a lot more time on my electronic devices, led me to back a lot of things on Kickstarter that I may not have otherwise. homebrew systems and things like that, which are all ones that I'm really excited about. And the reason that I probably wouldn't have backed them otherwise is just because I wouldn't have had time to see them. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all this new stuff to learn. So I'm super excited about it, though. Like ones like a horror TTRPG, which is not typically a genre that I play. So I'm really excited about that. Another one is a TTRPG. I would have backed that one anyway because I knew about it coming down the pike. But one's a system that was written by a friend of mine. You know, and another one was like a supplement for 5e. So, but just a lot of them were things that are not typically within my wheelhouse. So I'm really excited to, get my hands on those in the coming year.
And they have lots of cool art, do they?
They do. They do have cool art.
The best bit.
Yes.
And I'm just looking at the clock right now. We are about at break time. So I'm going to put up our BRB screen so that everybody can refill their drinks, stretch their legs, use the bathroom, things like that. Yes, Nekla, Inspiriles. I'm so excited for that one. That was one of the ones that I backed, and I can't wait. So we're going to go do that. We're going to hashtag free the water elemental, I think is what we're using these days. And if we haven't answered your question yet, we will get to it after the break. There's a few that got left hanging. So we will start with those when we come back. Yeah, there's Prue. Prue knows what I'm talking about. And so we will be back in just a few minutes.
Cool.
All right, we are back. Hope you all had a good break. The poll question that we had put up was for asking you guys what you guys looked for in a new TTRPG, and character creation was the winner. Yeah. So although we did have a couple of people vote for other, which was Nekla put in her answer as player collaboration and cooperation mechanics, such as mechanics that encourage working together. So, yeah. All right. So, yes, I have a cat. She's stuck to my shoulder. This is Molly, for everybody who hasn't met her yet.
Lovely.
All right. Let's see. So we're going to dive back in. Let's see. Okay. So the next question that we had also came from Manda, and Manda says, if you were a druid or ranger, what would your ideal animal companion be? Ironic that Molly is with me now. Options aren't limited to any particular system's options. So we're just going to dive right back in.
Well, I don't need a system for this. The answer is always bear.
You're your own best friend.
I can't have a bear right now, so I am one. But I probably could have just had one, so that I didn't think of that at the time.
You had Eric?
Yeah, I always have a
Alabaster.
critter. I always have a creature. It's just the way. I always need a creature. I like them too much.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Can I have a homunculus?
Sure.
I love those things. They're so weird. And if I was gonna have like a thing, then like look, Diagnosed Matt has asked, a wizard's familiar, and I think that's a homunculus, right? I would like one of those fellas.
I mean, if it could be any animal and it wasn't system dependent, I would probably go for a rhinoceros because they are my
Nice.
favorite.
Mhm.
And I love them very dearly. They're such sweethearts. And I would just want a rhino companion. That sounds lovely to me. I want that.
Would it be real size or little?
Oh, it will be real sized.
Okay.
I could
'cause
ride
when
on
you
it.
did this, I like pictured a small one, and I was like, "That's so cute."
I mean, that's the whole like puppy-sized elephant thing. Like
Yes.
that's adorable.
Those
But I would
kill
want
me.
a full-size rhino.
I
I'm
feel
just
that.
thinking Spy Kids, you know, when they go and there's like the small versions of the animals on the island, and then there's the big ones out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my mind went when I started thinking about a small rhino. It's Spy Kids, the movie.
I would say a killer whale. I think everybody does a really cool thing. I just feel like in general, aquatic companions, like there's always like there's always a list of them in the book, but it's like half the adventures don't really take place with like
Yeah.
having a pet shark's gonna really be useful if there's no water. Kind of like, so I think a killer whale would be pretty awesome.
Have to be a seafaring campaign, like a pirate campaign or something.
Yeah.
I think I would say a bear cat, a binturong.
Ooh.
For something that is like able to fight in combat. If it could be something that didn't have to fight, I would say a capybara, just as an animal that I would want near me like all the time.
Those things are great.
I definitely love that. I already see it. Like the concept art is done. Sorry.
Ship it.
Ship it.
Ship
That's
it.
Send it to the presses.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Financial team's going to be real happy about that. They're like, look, we've got it. Go, move on to the next bit because we've got the full vision done.
Oh my gosh. I played a wombat one time in a campaign. Well, a one shot, but yeah. That was a good
What
time.
was their name?
Cornelius.
Oh,
Brilliant.
that
What was the rest of
a
the name?
That was it. It was just Cornelius. Yeah, everybody.
you need a
Combat
lot.
Wombat. He had his own theme song.
Wow.
I guess
Was
my
this a
question
show
to
in the
Tay is,
90s?
Tay, have you ever played Honey Heist? Because I feel like that would be your jam.
Writing it down right now.
Have you not heard of Honey Heist?
I don't even know what that is, but like
Okay, so you are a bear and you do crimes.
that's
Yeah.
our game.
That's on brand.
Yep.
That's happening. So there you go, Dan. You can DM that for me for my birthday.
Yeah. Which is all year
It
long.
works really well in one-shot
Yes.
format. I don't think I've ever seen
Oh, yeah.
anyone do a Honey Heist campaign.
Oh,
That
we
would be
could do it.
interesting.
Yeah, I've only ever seen
drag
it as
that
a
out.
one shot.
Yeah.
we can drag out a bit. I think we can drag out a
We really struggle to
One
do
shot.
one shots. We're not good at it. I think the best we've ever done is like two games for a one shot, and we were so proud. Like
we recently just did like a bit where we've landed on a planet, and it's like the humans' home world, and we're there, and we have to go through like customs, and that has lasted like 3 episodes so far of like edited down material. So that's like hours and hours of us role playing customs.
but I think that's different because customs, all of us have been or are currently immigrants somewhere. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of like passport controls / immigration office / customs PTSD. And so we have used we've used that arc to kind of act out all of the pain that has caused us over the past decade.
Cat's going crazy.
So, yeah. Special circumstance.
But I was gonna say that I would want the character that I played in a one-shot of Honey Heist, Paula, if I was gonna have like an in-system one that worked. Her name was Paula, Pawla, and she was a black bear.
Oh my god, I love it.
So good.
Tremendous.
Okay, I like that a lot. That's happening for reals, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry, Cat is knocking things over, so I was just
it's all good.
making sure nothing got broken.
I'm so shocked if bears are your thing that no one has ever mentioned it to you, but I'm so happy that I could be here to watch your face as you found out that it exists.
Like, thank you so much.
Right?
Because that's it. Like, that's my game now.
I want to be there when you play it. That's got to be a thing now.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be the next group one shot. Whoever wants in on this, message us. It's gonna be a hot mess. I don't think it could be anything else.
So, you've heard of Crash Pandas then?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because
Okay, I got one of these. Oh my god. Honey Heist.
there's also one called Goat Crashers.
Alliteration.
I'm just like, I'm still taking it in. Like, this is a...
Mm.
So far, 2020 is showing up for me. Like, Honey Heist, probably something else, but mostly that.
Probably some other stuff.
Probably something. Everything's wiped right now.
Yeah, there's another game by the same people that put out Honey Heist called Goat Crasher. Basically, you're just a goat who wants to party.
Oh yeah.
That's
I feel
goats.
that. After being locked in my house all year, I really resonate with that. Dan and I are both Capricorns, so we are goats that really want to party to
There
an
you go.
extent that is criminal under the law. So, everything. This is it.
Yeah.
The universe is speaking right now, guys. Listen.
Brilliant.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my god, and pig wedding?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing what's out there.
This is an entire genre that I've been sleeping on.
Wait, is this
Everybody
like-
here that's been responsible for this awakening in my life.
Yeah. Is this like the
I've
red
arrived.
stripes of Mills and Boone? We've just found like this whole new area of like stuff where it's just like you're an animal and you're doing a thing. It's just like
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, the one that I played the wombat in was the Mitchtums? I don't know how to say it exactly, but anyway, it was fun. It was
it's not all made by one person.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Well, I need to know who they are. I'm sending a fruit basket. If you're out there, you did
Keep
it.
doing it. Yeah.
Did everybody get to answer their animal companion idea?
Yeah, homunculus. And as someone pointed out from in the chat, that the homunculus could be a thumb from Spy Kid.
Spike.
So yeah, I'll have a thumb. Follow me.
Oh my gosh. All right.
But
be
like a
brilliant.
full-size thumb that's 6 feet tall, or like a mini thumb.
Well, just like the Spy Kids
These are the real
map
questions.
thing. Yeah, I'll have the big one and then the small miniature one, both copying the moves, doing the same thing, and yeah.
Like
I'll
in
be able to rob
Among
some
Us, where
places.
you get the little baby one to follow you, and then you wear the other one as a hat.
And then
Yes.
exactly. This is exactly what I would do with my thumbs.
I'm the president of my own fan club.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Vertronics Nightblood would like to know, when making a character for any game, do you come up with the type of character you want to play first and build around that, or pick the class first and build your character around the class?
It depends on the system for me. If it's something that I'm used to, like 5e, I will try to make something that I will try to multi-class in a way that interacts with itself in interesting ways that will stay fun as play goes on. For new systems, I start with a concept that I think would make play fun in that system.
For me, I would say I don't make many because I'm a forever DM. So, but I would say concepts. Like I have some concepts bouncing around for like potential one-shot opportunities, and that I kind of try and see me make them fit into the system.
It's almost like I have an entire podcast dedicated to this question about character creation.
Almost.
Yeah, almost like that. But I don't have a set way that I go about character creation. I kind of let inspiration hit me wherever it may. Often I'll start with I'll just start flipping through the options and I'll see if anything strikes me for in a D&D like setting, if it's race or if it's class or if I'm making a vampires character, like what clan interests me right now, or what, is there a particular cool thing I want my character to be able to do, or it might be like, what's a personality type that I want and what kind of character would that be? Or I just try to make the weirdest combination of things possible and make it work, because I don't think I've ever played an optimized character in my life.
Yeah.
Partially because
you can play with us. please. The actual mechanism.
The actual mechanism
like
of how to optimize like a character.
We don't know how to do
elude
that.
me.
I don't know.
I also don't know how to. I've been playing TTRPG for a decade. I don't know how to optimize a character. I only know how to make them flavorful.
Right. Harper was just telling us that you taught math. I
did.
Out of all of us, you should be the one who knows how to do this.
Here's the thing. I know how to operate within the system. I don't know how to game the system.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at you, Harper. We need to,
I feel like we need to test. We need to see this in action. We're gonna need to do You're gonna need to bastardize yourself.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
Open invite to you all.
It's something that, my co-host said the other day, is I'm a slut for Dungeons and Dragons, in the sense of I will play any game that you invite me to. Please do. I want to play more TTRPGs. So.
I think that goes for probably everybody here right now.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Yeah.
Let's do the thing.
Honey Heist 2021.
Honey Heist. That's the next. I'm not even. Dan, I'm not playing though, dude.
Hey, I see it in your eyebrows. You're not. They are up there.
I know. They're coming off.
Yeah. Tay's getting excited. It's gonna be like Clippy, Clippy with the the thing with the eyebrows up there.
It's true.
It looks like you're playing a TTRPG. Would you like help?
Because I can do it.
We can't reach that thing. The key is just beyond reach. Quickly, Tay, use your special powers.
Oh man, you know what though? I kind of have to agree with Harper, because to be completely honest, I don't get a chance to create characters that often, because the last character I played before Cleo lived for 2.5 years or something. So I played Hakes full time for that long, every week for 2 years, a year and a half, I don't remember. And Cleo now has in April, I guess I've been playing her for a year.
Birthday.
Yeah, birthday. Obviously, that's our brand, birthdays. Birthdays and bad rolls and crappy stats. That's what we're about. But I will say, I think, like, I've had the chance to create some stuff to play with other people. Cassie, the DM from the Lovely Craftians, let me play a one-shot with her, and I got to create a character for that. I was so jazzed that I went way too hard and had, like, the biggest mistake that everybody always, like, jokes about. Like, I had a stupid, complicated backstory. I was way too excited. The eyebrows were all the way up.
They were all the way up.
Yeah,
they were in orbit
and, like,
of your...
It got to the point where the document that I made the backstory in, like, I could probably create a TTRPG out of the backstory that I wrote for this character for a one-shot. It was just... Thank you, Cassie, for humoring that. But when I make a character, I hear their voice first. And everything else comes after that. I hear the voice first. And, like, that's the way, man. That's how it is for me. Like, I hear them, and then I build.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Cleo was the voice before anything else.
And what a voice.
Yeah, well, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Have I lost everyone? Oh no. Yeah, I just concept art it. I draw what I like. I try to find something that looks cool first, and then I'm like, okay, this is the character. This is what they look like. And you know, for Baron Debauch, they were, you know, I was like, I want this tiny frame of a man who, you know, is just a drunk. And then I was like, then I built the character from that. And Dr. Z is a jellyfish in a fishbowl and a robot suit of armor. I was like, that looks cool visually. Now I figure out the rest. So yeah, like right now, actually, character has gone through a bit of an appearance change with how the visuals look, and I've made like a whole sheet of, you know, 10 different ways of them looking, and yeah, just kind of like, I guess, do the whole concept art thing, but for the character first, and then yeah. So yeah, I guess like Taylor, instead of hearing it, I like see the visual first, and then I'm like, okay, now what is this character? Where does it fit in? You know, and most of the time that's a bard. but
I mean, Tay, I'm not saying that the way that you make characters would fit in really well on ChatoticCreations, but I'm kind of saying that, so we'll talk, and you should come on the podcast and make something weird.
I like it. Like, I have, like, a file of some days, like, that I hide away. Like, these are characters that I'll make one day when we stop playing 4-year campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they're all based on some wacky voice, like, that I'm gonna hopefully learn to do. I'm not really, like, a voice person, so I'm trying to get better. Well, Cleo was something I did anyway, and, like, Hakes, I think if you ever listen to that campaign, you will hear it change from episode 1 to the end.
mm-hmm.
It evolved faster than we could record, so weird stuff. People out there that do voices, I'm sure there's a couple of you, it's not easy sometimes, but, like, I've got a couple, like, filed away. I don't know, like, you hear them. It's like a shard of you breaks out, and then you just have to, like, layer as much weird onto it as you possibly can so that you can somehow, like, live your chaos without the constriction of the world being like, whoa, stop. Because I don't know if any of you ever get this, but I get it all the time. Hey, you're a lot.
People literally say that about me.
And sometimes it's a good thing, but sometimes, you know, people say it at a party and they're like, wow, shut up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whatever. My mom told me you would show up. Like,
Yeah. No,
I'm
first
ready for
interaction at the
you.
meeting,
When you
Tay,
bust
we
out
were
your
just
Lady Gaga.
sitting there, just sitting like on a sofa. Well, Tay, I believe you were sitting on like the back bit of the sofa in front of us, and we were just there in awe, just like, wow, this is great. And we just bit after bit after bit, and we were just laughing our ass off all night. We're like, yeah, hanging
first
out
thing
with
when
you
I
again.
met Dan for real, the first thing I asked him and his girlfriend were at this party, and I was like, hey, and I pointed to somebody across the room, and I was like, how much money do you think that person would need to eat poop?
We're
And
like,
then I continued to play that game on the whole room.
yeah.
Well, okay then.
But
It
as
was,
a
yeah.
really in-depth, like, very, like, thoughtful discourse.
It was, and we solved many problems that night. And you know,
Yeah.
we have
Who knows
awards,
what they
and
were.
they may be framed, and they may be on walls.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. So Big B's asked a question. I want to make sure we get to it because we're at like we're getting into the last half hour. So, his question was, what is your least favorite class to play?
I don't think I have one.
I wanted to say like paladin, but then I'm like, nah, I could make a paladin fun.
I think that sounds like a cop-out, but I like to try stuff that doesn't sound like my brand, because then I feel like I find out I actually like it.
Mm.
I'll eat anything twice.
Yeah, I don't think I have a least favorite class either, but I would, in general, I prefer when I have like main characters to lean towards the less played classes, kind of like show that they can be useful, and not like the traditional ones that everybody always picks in a group.
I'm gonna say Bard. I think they're fine. I think they're great. But I have performance anxiety IRL, so it's not like... and I know they don't all have to be like singing like types of bards, but yeah, just the idea of performing puts me off of them, despite their being cool.
I'm actually gonna say druids. I know that they're like very cool and powerhousey, but I've just never really thought about the druid class and been like, yeah, I want to play that. I want to make that character, so probably druids. I am so sorry, Nicola.
I was waiting to see in the chat, like, uh-oh.
Mm.
It's not that I don't love you, I just don't want to be you.
Are you talking to Nicola the druid?
In the name.
You know what, though? I think that's cool. You have to save some for everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
Like, you gotta save some druids for Nicola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typically don't do spellcasters really of any kind. Like, I shouldn't say it that way because I'm currently playing a ranger, but I like a spellcaster that is like, you know, a sorcerer, a wizard, a warlock, things like that. I don't typically get into that area, but I did one time play a bard who thought she was a wizard. And that was very entertaining. All of her spells were spells that crossed between the bard and wizard schools. So it was, she just assumed that, oh, well then I must be a wizard. And, you know, things like bardic inspiration came from, she would carry all these little like trinkets and stuff, and like, you know, like a lucky rabbit's foot and things like that. And so like bardic inspiration would be like, I'm gonna give you my lucky rabbit's foot, and it's lucky, and here's why. And it was like all this passion that she would put into why that rabbit's foot was lucky, and that's what provided the bardic inspiration. So that was
I love
fun.
that.
But why'd you have a rabbit's foot?
I
it's
don't
lucky,
know.
man.
It was lucky. She just got it somewhere.
What happened to the rabbit?
No, do you not know that that's a thing?
No, I know.
Are you missing a key piece of information?
I don't know. The rest of the rabbit like probably made stew for somebody. I don't know.
Oh.
Didn't need it anymore. And grew another one, like a lizard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
regenerative rabbits.
It's
Rabbit
D&D,
seed.
man.
Yeah.
You don't know.
All right, let's see. Trying to
Somebody in the chat has a really great chicken emote.
I have a dumb question.
Go for it.
If it's there. Like, does anyone have like a favorite like setting? You know, like currently we're sci-fi, but it's like the magic kind of sci-fi where like kind of Star Warsy of like it's
fantasy.
blue light magic. You know, it does the thing because it's technology and it's crazy. But what's your favorite like setting to be in? Like visually, I guess. Yeah.
I haven't been able to yet, but I really like Weird West, like Western with monsters and stuff.
Ooh, yes.
I really like that, but I haven't been able to. Yeah.
That's cool though.
Anything
What type of
Western,
monster?
like
Yeah. Werewolves. Werewolves is a good one for Weird West, but yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Creatures of the night. Yeah.
That's cool.
Science fantasy is another big one. I like Star Wars type stuff.
Once again, just ship it. That just works.
Yeah.
Wild West was
just
werewolves.
ship
Isn't, I mean, Wild West space fantasy, isn't that just Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's Firefly too.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah. Quintessential space.
I feel like
Western.
that's my ultimate dream. Like, has anybody ever seen that Tumblr meme? Can you call it a meme when it's like a, I don't know, meme? Okay.
Sure.
It's like that clip of a Tumblr post where somebody is like, hey, did you know that historically, like, you could be a samurai and, like, what is it? Like a Wild West cowboy and a Victorian Sherlock type character, and there was one more. I can't remember. Like an aristocrat or something, and like this could be one whole party because historically these things all happened kind of at the same time period, and you don't really
Brilliant.
think about it. And
Yeah.
I think about that constantly because I'm a history nerd, and I would love to play like a history homebrew where everybody's like one of those things from like that like mid to late 1800s kind of range, and it could be really corny, I don't know, but like I always go back to that like year after year and thinking like that would be so crazy, and it's
That would
probably
be
already
cool.
out there and I just don't realize it. Because Vysen was basically like that, only we kind of all had to be like generally Scandinavian. So it was also not like that, but same time period, and that we gotta homebrew that now.
No, I like it.
Pick a thing. I just love that idea.
I would say similar to Marcus, a system that I haven't played in, but I like the visual of it, is just like a steampunk setting. I know it's out there. I just haven't ever actually played a game in that kind of setting.
Can I
but
make a
just think it
recommendation?
looks really cool. Sure.
So one of the Kickstarters that I backed, the one that my friend happened to write, is called Aether and Steamworks, and it's definitely got that vibe to it. So it should.
I have to write that one down.
Yeah, it's on Drive Through RPG now, and the book will be coming out soon. So
I mean, I'm really basic, but I just really love high fantasy.
I do too.
Like it is.
Yeah.
It is my
Yeah.
favorite. It's my home. It's where like I love going and like exploring in other settings. Like I love space fantasy. I love cyberpunk. I love like realistic. Like all of those are really fun. But I love something about high fantasy just like warms the cockles of my heart, you know, where I'm just like I feel at home here. I feel very safe. I feel like
Yeah.
you know, I especially love high fantasy that's also like really magical. Like I don't love like low magic settings
No, turn
I-
it up.
because I love like thinking about like how does the magic work in this world and like what are the
Yes.
like I love world building, but by that I mean I love it when I can ask questions about other people's worlds that they've built and then have them like help me answer them. It's so fun. So I just love high fantasy, and I know that I'm very basic for answering that about tabletop.
I disagree. I feel like
Yeah.
fantasy is like the home world.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the
Yeah,
classics.
definitely.
No, I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah, fantasy.
I'll own
is
it. I love high
definitely-
fantasy.
Yeah,
love
own it. Own it. All right. Let's see. Class. If you were a wizard's familiar, what would you be? That question, courtesy of Diagnosed Matt.
Matt out here asking the real questions.
Right?
A
I mean,
bear.
I think already like the thumb was like
I know
the,
we've been there,
the
but
best, But I'll try and think of another one.
Yeah, well, would you be the thumb though? Because I think Matt's asking if we were
Oh,
to
if
become
I
wizards.
was,
Yeah,
oh,
I
then
think
heck
so.
yeah, I'll be the thumb. That sounds brilliant.
I'd want to be like a bat or a raven or something goth like that.
Ooh.
That's my digs.
You can't go wrong with a raven, though. That's
Yeah.
like original class.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say too. A raven.
It's a good pick, yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's a
definitely get that
classic.
vibe off of both of you. Classy ravens.
is that like a raven with a monocle and a top hat?
Yes.
Yes.
Just
definitely.
like a whole and with some like smoke. Little bit
A little bit.
Bit of smoke.
from some arcane meanderings of the void,
Yeah.
the liminal space of this world and the next. And I'm over here just like, I'd be a tiny bear.
Like a teddy bear come alive.
Maybe that. No, I just thought of that horrible of Ted.
Oh God!
And I was like, wait, I gotta change.
Nope.
I gotta change. I love
like
bears so
Paddington
much.
Bear?
No, petting. Okay, all right, maybe. I mean, there's many
Bear's a
bears
gent.
There's many bears that wore a jacket, so I could be one of those, or I could be like a captive goblin that was being like magically fed off of, and that the wizard carries around in a birdcage.
Like Interview with a Vampire, the boy that is being nibbled on constantly.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
You're
like a
just
battery, like
just
a
a
wizard.
snack.
Like those juice boxes that you buy so that your phone never dies when you're out.
Or like juice boxes, which you buy
An
just
external.
because juice boxes.
But a goblin.
Yeah.
That is me.
Oh, my
I mean, it's
gosh.
perfect timing. I'd be a cat.
There you go.
I love it.
But I'd be the kind of cat that my cat is, which is like a really, really cuddly cat and not like an aloof kind of cat. I'm not an aloof
Aw.
kind of person. It's not.
That's
in
my favorite
DNA.
kind.
Yeah. So I think I would be basically my cat, probably, actually. This is Greta.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Greta.
She's hugging.
She is. She likes to hug.
Aww.
Oh my god. That's like the highest blessing from all
Yeah.
from all deities.
Yeah.
We're not
You have
worthy.
been chosen.
That's it.
Aw.
Did you answer the question, Luna?
I did not answer the question. I don't know. I'd probably, I mean, I'm pretty straightforward. I'd probably be a cat or something like that as well. I don't know. I'd never really given it any consideration. So I got nothing.
First creature that comes to mind. There you go.
Stegosaurus.
That was one that comes. Oh, there we go. A classic. A classic Wizard's Apprentice.
Yeah. It's because it was the last thing I said on Twitter tonight was Stegosaurus. So
Well, I like it.
And yeah.
I mean, I could be like a tiny little Stegosaurus, like a little teeny one.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
great.
yes.
Actually, I like that plan.
Yep.
I'm here for this.
That makes me think
You
of
could also
wiener
be like,
dogs.
you could use your tail for like lock picking and stuff.
Yeah.
you know?
See?
Like that'd be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my, I really like it.
Yeah.
I just picture it helping out with like like whenever
getting
the
involved.
wizard sends a letter and does like a wax seal, and the Stegosaurus
Puts
is
its
like
paw
helping.
in. Puts its paw in
Yes!
the wax.
Oh my gosh.
They are
And it's
the
like,
wax
don't worry, I
seal.
got
They
you.
are the
And
seal.
just like, yeah.
Well,
And then there's that
that's
awkward
gonna have
moment where the
to be
Stegosaurus
made.
rolls in the wax and then gets stuck, and you're like, oh, stupid Stegosaurus, what are you doing?
Like a cat. It's like a cat.
Yeah.
One of
And
his
it's
feet
like
is
looking
like
at
the
you,
wax
like,
seal. The
terrified,
other
and the-
one he uses for stamps.
Yeah. Oh.
And you gotta hope they don't
I
get
like
mixed
that.
up.
But it was
they
warm,
will.
and the Stegosaurus wanted to go towards the warm thing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
got
it's a
too
cat.
close.
It's a cat.
It's a Stegosaurus, Tay.
It's a cat with plates that'll kill you.
So a cat.
Yeah.
Still sounds like a cat, yeah. Sounds more like a cat.
All right. Matt also would like to know, if you could remove one 5e spell from the game, what would it be and why? And then he said, oh, also to add on to the question, why is it Wall of Force?
Probably jump for almost killing me 300 times. No, just kidding. I liked it. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
I will say Moonbeam, because it's a little underwhelming for what you would expect, or what I would expect, I guess.
I don't know that I've ever even seen that spell used.
It's a weird one. It's got a smallish area of effect. I think it's 4 squares total. Not a ton of damage, and it's very conditional. Yeah.
Huh.
Cutting words. That would be, because I never understood it. I've always been like, what's it doing?
So kill it.
Come on. Yeah, like, yeah. You look silly. Ouch. And then it hurts them physically. Like, I don't get it.
That's like one of the only spells that is real.
But
You know exactly how that spell works. That's why
I think
we play
also the
D&D.
reason why I don't like it is that every time I've had to use cutting words, it's like, okay, so what do you say? And I'm like, oh god. And I think it's the lamest thing. You know, it's meant to be a physically harming sentence, and I can never think of it on the spot of like, yeah. I need to go have a shower afterwards and do that, you know, and be like, play out the argument in my mind, and then come up with the best line. Come back.
That's
Yeah.
too real.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I mean, there's a reason why I'm really bad at fighting with people. I can't come up with insults on the spot, so...
Yeah, basically.
So,
I'll come up with a great one in like a day, though.
Yeah!
Yeah.
So.
So,
watch out.
delayed cutting words?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That would be much better. You know, just
But with some sort of glamour to still make it seem cool.
Yeah.
Even though.
and they don't get to think about a response either.
Yeah.
You know, it's all you get the shower moment. That's for you. Not for them.
Neckla's like, come up with it later and edit it in. What do you
Yeah.
think we did for 2 years?
Oh,
I
shit.
think that I would probably get rid of divination. Like, not the whole, like, school of magic, but the 4th level spell. Because as a GM, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 7 days. Like, that's entirely up to what you weirdos do. And
Yeah.
I really never know how to play it as a GM. I'm like, okay, well, like, I have a vague idea, but also, like, what you do will dramatically change what is going to happen. And you all might do something within the next 3 hours of gameplay that make it so that that's not even a thing. And I'm like, I kind of get augury, because that's like in the next 30 minutes. But divination, I'm like, 7 days. That's too much power. No.
Who remembers? Who remembers that they even cast a spell within that time?
I mean, I play a cleric who uses both augury and divination, so I'm being a little hypocritical. As a GM, I would like to not have those spells in my campaign. Oh,
I mean, I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, so I would not be able to remember that I had that spell.
There you go.
Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Different answer. I really hate the enchantment school of magic. Like, I hate it. I think it's like I think enchantment wizards are the actual evil magic users. Like, necromancers can chill. Enchantment wizards are terrible, and I hate them. So I think that I would probably get rid of, and this is not the question that Matt asked, the entire enchantment school of magic. I would just nick it.
Viable.
I would say, as a GM, only because it's kind of my biggest thought in my side for my Age of Ashes campaign, Invisibility Sphere. Just the fact that the whole party can just go invisible, and I realize none of the enemies can actually, like, they don't have any sort of like second senses or anything, and I'm just like, well, you sneak around through and they just like get through all these like complex setups and everything just because, and now they're just like every time they go into something, well, let's just third level cast one spell and just sneak in and see what happens. And I'm like, I'll get you one day. One day there'll be an encounter that has like see invisibility on it, and they'll see right through it.
That'd be a glorious day, though.
It will be.
That day, you know what? That day is coming this year. I can feel it.
Yeah.
It's been
And then-
earned.
Yeah. And then from then on, just like in a video game, every enemy has one of those like seeing invisible things, you know, just like, nah, it's done. You know, figured it out.
We figured this out and we are over it.
Yeah. Yeah. They got together on their WhatsApp group chat and were like, mate, put these glasses on. You'll see them.
All right. Well, we are about at the time that we need to start winding down. So what I'm going to have everybody do is just once again go around and remind us of who you are and where we can find you on the internet. And yeah, so I'm going to go in the reverse order from the way we started. So Taylor, we're going to start with you.
Cool. Well, I'm Taylor, and you know, my favorite things are birthdays, critters, and collabs. So if anybody is trying to get with some insane improv games, hit us up. We are friendly. Maybe it doesn't seem like it, but we love it. We want to play with you guys. And one of those things might have to be Honey Heist because I'm deadly serious about that. But yeah, I'm Taylor. The latency gods were super kind to me tonight, I think. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, and my Twitter is in the chat. So be my friend.
All right. Well, thanks for staying up late to come and hang out tonight. It was super appreciated.
Definitely.
Marcus, let's go to you next.
Hi, yes, I was Marcus, and I'm Marcus. I'm Spicy Curry Bread in most places, Spicy Curry Breath here, and I am a regular cast member, or no, would that be regular? Yeah, I am a cast member on the Hidden Tomb of Akarut over at Vanish X Zone, which I think just got posted. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I am playing a lizard folk paladin over there. It's been a good time. I unleashed the God of Death in Avatar of the God of Death.
Oh, whoops.
So we're dealing with that.
I hate it when that happens.
And we found aliens right after, like immediately after. It
What?
Was, yeah, it's going down.
2020.
Yeah. It's very much like that.
I'm extremely into it, though.
I was going to say, Taylor, this sounds right up your alley.
Sold it really well.
My eyebrows are going up.
Well, Marcus, thanks so much for coming to hang out tonight. I really am glad I got the chance to meet you. Rob, let's go to you next.
Sure. I'm Rob. I SageTowerGames on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all that jazz. And I primarily stream Pathfinder. Used to do some Starfinder stuff, but right now primarily Pathfinder second edition, and just running 2 different campaigns of that. Both of them are published adventure paths. So if you want to check out Pathfinder content, I'd more than happy to answer any questions.
Awesome.
Holding you to that.
Well, thank
It's
you
recorded.
as well. And yeah, like I'm definitely going to go check out some of your content to learn a little more about 2nd edition Pathfinder. So I will do that. Harper, let's go to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Harper. Again, I am a podcaster, streamer, and general TTRPG nerd. You can find me at Harpersona on most platforms or at HarpersonaGames on Twitter because at Harpersona is banned for some reason. I am the co-host of the ChatoticCreations podcast, where we take weird TTRPG concepts and turn them into fully functional characters with fleshed out backstories. I'm also the co-host of the Tortall Y'all podcast, where we read through the Tim Roy Pierce books, one chapter at a time every week. That'll be launching actually this coming week. I'm very excited about it. You can also find me streaming as a content creator for Critical Misses, so you can listen to our podcast Chaotic Creations on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern, when it airs live when it releases. You can also find me every Thursday on the Noir Enigmas Twitch channel and every Sunday on Critical Misses, playing a variety of different TTRPG systems.
Awesome. You sound very busy, and I am here for it.
That was so professional.
I am so busy.
I know. I'm like, whoa, we
Like,
can't
you
even
got things
remember
coming
our
out
one
on
thing.
time. We got like a day. It comes out this day. So that was amazing.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
why we're running next to a train, and that's what we do.
All right. And Dan, last we'll go to you.
Yep. Hello again. Thanks for having me. Super enjoyed being here. I draw things for games and movies, and yep. I'm on Twitter, Dead Toothbrush, and yeah, I do isometric stuff with my with some friends for like virtual tabletops for tabletop RPG things. And I don't know how to do this as professionally as Harper. So yeah, there's links there. Thanks very much. And I need to work on my self-promotion game. So,
Okay. He makes maps and he co-hosts Backwater
Yes.
Bastards with me, and that's
yes, there we go. Thank you.
Perfect.
T.
Go team.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We do everything
Yeah, I
together.
don't know
because
how to do this alone, Taste.
We desperately need each other to get through it.
I need your eyebrows to cling on to.
Oh my gosh. Excellent. Well, thank you guys all
and
so
Nicola
much.
corrals us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
She's your
Thanks for this.
handler.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. This was a great time. And we're gonna go raid. Let's see who we're gonna go share love with.
Watch out.
We're gonna go raid.
It's super exciting to be on a raid.
I know, right?
Oh, it is. I think we're gonna go raid
like I'm about to
our
be teleported.
friends at oh gosh, I just lost my my list of people to raid. There it is. I was like, wait, where'd it go? Let's see. We don't have a lot of D&D stuff on tonight, so we're gonna go raid our good friends Beard and Bride. Great pals of our channel. They're playing some Stardew Valley tonight. They're a husband and wife team.
Ooh.
So they hang out in our Discord a lot. So show them some love when you get over there. Tell them we said hi, all that good stuff. And we will catch you all again next week we'll catch you all again next week if the raid goes off and we can shut down this stream. Otherwise we're just gonna be here all week. Sorry.
Otherwise, we live here.
Yeah.
I'm a thumb.
Okay, there we go. It finally looks like it's finally about to trigger. So, we will catch you all next week on Tales from the Tavern, and Wednesday night we have our 50 Shades of Crimson. Also at 8 p.m. our Pathfinder First Edition campaign. So hopefully we will see you there. Have a great night, everybody.
Night.